A very good morning to all of you. This is Abhilasha Nata, your social science teacher, and today we are going to continue our chapter 1 of your geography book, that is resources. Okay, in our last class, we have discussed about what is a resource, and after that, the term utility and the term value. We discussed about these terms. Okay, and we did some glossary words also. We able to know about what is a patent, what is technology, and how time and technology became two important factors which are changing substances into useful resources. So today we are going to discuss about the different types of resources. So we classified resources on three parts: natural resources, human made resources, and human resources. Okay, in your last class, the very first chapter that of your geography was environment, and you have read about the components of environment. Okay, and there you talk about natural environment, human made environment, and the human environment. Okay, so just like that, here we are talking about the particular resources: natural resources, human made resources, and the human resources. Okay, natural resource. So today basically we are going to discuss elaborately about the natural resources. Okay, so what are natural resources? Resources that are drawn from nature and used without much modification are called resources. Okay, this is those resources, those products which we are getting from nature. From nature, it means like from agriculture, from like water, like air. We are getting all these resources naturally, and we are using it without making any major changes into it. Modification. What is the meaning of modification? Modification means changes. Okay, changing. So just look at this figure. We are getting water from natural water is an example of natural resource only. We are getting water from the nature directly. Okay, we are not making it, and we are using water without making much modification into it. Air. We all want air. The air we breathe, the water in our rivers, or both water air are the we are getting both of these from the nature directly. Coal coal we are using coal for generating electricity, and for various things also we are using coal. Soil is also an important resource, because different types of soil produce different types of crops. Oil. We are getting oil from the nature only, and we are modifying this oil into petrol and diesel, etc. Right? Natural gas, again we are getting natural gas from nature only. So all those resources which we are getting from which we are getting directly from the nature, and we are using it without making much changes into it, these are called natural resources. Okay, we also consider these natural resources as the free gifts of nature is giving us. For suppose आपको मैंने बोल दिया, जो अगर आपको सांस लेनी है, आपको उसके लिए पैसे देने होंगे, तो इज इट पॉसिबल? ये आप बोलोगे ना, मैम ये कैसे बोल रहे हो कि if you want to breathe in, you have to give me some money. No, air is a free gift of nature and a very important gift of nature, just like water. Okay, some water organizations, and for you can say, government is taking minimal amount for giving us water, but water is a free gift of nature. We can directly go into the river, and we are using that water there, right? So all these natural resources are considered as the free gifts of nature, and it can be used directly. Maybe in some cases we are using some tools and technologies to use that natural resources in the best possible manner. Okay, for example, just take an example of coal. We are using coal, and we are using coal to generate electricity, and it is one of the important resource of thermal power energy. Okay, what we are doing, we are burning coal. We are burning coal there, so we are using some of the technologies there, right? So maybe in some cases, for using the resource in the best possible manner, we are using some kind of tools and technologies they are classic. Okay, so now I hope this is clear to you guys. Okay, so here again there is a table for resources. Resources are classified into natural, human made, and human. So natural resources are classified uh, on the basis of different groups, depending upon their usages, depending upon their origin, depending upon their stock and distribution. Okay, so on the level of development, on the level of usage, we divided natural resources into actual and potential resources. On the basis of origin, we divided natural resources into biotic and abiotic resources. On the basis of stock, we divided natural resources into renewable and the non-renewable resources. And on the basis of distribution, we divided resources into ubiquitous and localized resources. Okay, once again, I am um, um, telling you the classification of natural resources into different groups on the basis of usages, or you can say on the level of development. Natural resources are considered as actual resources and the potential resources. On the basis of origin, natural resources are considered as biotic and abiotic resources. On the basis of stock, natural resources are considered as renewable and non-renewable resources. And on the basis of distribution, resources are considered as ubiquitous and localized resources. Now, I'm going to explain each one of each group, each classification elaborately. First of all, we will classify natural resources on the basis of their development and use. So, on the basis of their development and use, natural resources are considered as, or you can say, divided as actual resources and potential resources. So I made this table for you guys, uh, as you are able to got the points or got the differentiation very easy. Okay, so what are actual resources? Those resources whose quantity is known. Now, what is the meaning of quantity? Quantity means something, how in how much amount or proportion some resources are there in our nature. Okay, कि कितना हमारे पास कितना available है, so that is something quantity. Amount, you can say amount. So those resources whose quantity is known. ठीक है, ऐसे रिसोर्सेज, ऐसे प्रोडक्ट्स जिसकी हमें क्वांटिटी पता है, जिसका अमाउंट पता है कि नेचर में कितने अमाउंट में वो रिसोर्स अवेलेबल है, उसे हम एक्चुअल रिसोर्सेज बोलते हैं. ओके, नाउ व्हाट इज पोटेंशियल रिसोर्स? Potential resources are those resources whose entire quantity may not be known. ठीक है, एक्चुअल रिसोर्सेज में हमें उसकी क्वांटिटी पता है कि कितनी क्वांटिटी है, बट पोटेंशियल रिसोर्सेज में हमें उसकी एक्चुअल या फिर यू कैन से एंटायर क्वांटिटी की टोटल कितना है हमें नहीं पता. ऐसे रिसोर्सेज को हम पोटेंशियल रिसोर्सेज बोलते हैं. जस्ट टेक एन एग्जांपल ऑफ, फॉर एग्जांपल कि अब मैंने आपको पूछा कि आपके पास कितनी बुक्स है? तो आपको पता है आपके पास कितनी बुक्स है? यू विल आंसर मी, मैम आई हैव 4 बुक्स विद मी। बट वही मैंने आपको बोला कि आपके पास कितने राइस है, तो क्या आप उस राइस को काउंट करके बता सकते हो? नहीं बता सकते ना। मे बी यू डोंट नो द एक्चुअल क्वांटिटी ऑफ दैट राइस, right? So in actual resources we know the whole quantity, in how much proportion that quantity is available to us. But in potential resources we don't know the entire quantity of that resources. We don't know what is the total amount, or in how much proportions that resource is available to us. Okay, now the actual resources are being used in the present. So we are maybe we are using it in the present. Okay, and in obviously we know how much coal is present in our economy, present in our continent, present in India, and we are using it according to that, accordingly. Okay, but we don't know about the potential. We don't know its entire quantity. हमें पता ही नहीं है, तो how we will use it in present? Maybe we are using it in present because we don't know in some proportion it is there, and we have that confusion कि total कितना amount है, we don't know about it. So these are not being used at present and could be used in the present, in future. We don't know, or you can say we don't know how we can use it, and maybe we are not using it in the present, but maybe we will use it in the future. Maybe हम future में use करें, हमें उसके बारे में और knowledge होगी तो. Okay, for example, coal of Germany, we know the entire quantity of coal present in Germany. ठीक है, जर्मनी कंट्री में कितना कोल प्रेजेंट है, हमें उसकी एंटायर क्वांटिटी के बारे में पता है. We know the petroleum in the West Asia. What is the total amount of petroleum present in the West Asia? We do have knowledge about it. We know the actual quantity of that petroleum. Okay, but for example, the uranium in Ladakh. Some years back, some years ago, some scientists found the uranium in Ladakh. You all know Ladakh is a union territory of India. Okay, we know Ladakh is a union territory of India, and some of our scientists found the uranium. ठीक है, uranium क्या है? Just like you can say metals, gold, platinum, silver. Just like metals, uranium is also a kind of you can say metal. Okay, ठीक है. So uranium in Ladakh. So our scientists found that uranium in Ladakh, but they don't know the actual quantity of that resource, of that uranium, in how much quantity that uranium is present in Ladakh. They have no knowledge about it. So I hope the basic difference between the actual resource and potential resource is clear to you guys. Now, your next type of resource, we classified natural resources on the basis of origin. Okay, on the basis of origin. What is the meaning of origin? Something which developed from something. ठीक है, जहां से develop हुआ है कुछ. Okay, class. So on the basis of origin, we divided natural resources into biotic and abiotic. Sorry, it is abiotic here. Okay, pardon me for this mistake. Biotic resources, and this is abiotic resources. Biotic resources, it includes all the living things. Okay, right. Laser. It's A here. Okay. It includes all the living things, plants, animals. Just look at this picture: plants, animals, bacteria, fungus, protists. So you will learn about these fungus, bacteria, protists in your next further classes. Okay, so plants, animals, human beings, all those resources which we consider as living are known as biotic resources. For example, plants and animals. Okay, and abiotic resources, all those resources uh, which are considered as non-living. Okay, just look at this picture: water, soil, air, minerals, light, all these are non-living, so we consider these resources as abiotic. So biotic resources includes all the living things, while the abiotic resources includes all the non-living things. For example, biotic resources, plants and animals, abiotic resources, soils, rocks, minerals, water, light, etc. Okay. Now, next type of natural resources on the basis of stock. Okay, on the basis of stock, natural resources are divided into renewable resources and non-renewable resources. So what are renewable resources? Those which can get renewed or replenished quickly are called as renewable resources. For example, which are present in our environment infinitely, in indefinite amount, and we can renew it, we can replenish it quickly. Those resources are considered as renewable resources. We can use it again and again. For example, plants. Okay, you can use plants, and after that you can regrow it, so it is considered as renewable resources. For example, wind energy, you can use it. You don't know the exact amount of wind, right? But it is we can use it indefinitely, and we can renew it, and we can replenish it quickly. Okay, so those resources are considered as renewable resources, while non-renewable resources are those resources which have a limited stock. Okay, for example, coal, limited hai. Coal is present in our environment limitedly, कि कितना limited amount में ही है. Okay, या फिर उससे बनने में it takes millions or thousands of years to be renewed or replenished. If you wanted to grow coal, you can grow coal. No, we can't grow coal. We can't grow coal. It takes thousands of years to make that coal. So those resources which have a limited stock, and once it exhausted, अगर एक बार वो environment से लुप्त हो जाता है, चला जाता है, तो इससे हजारों साल लगते हैं बनने में, and ऐसे resources को हम नॉन रिन्यूएबल रिसोर्सेज बोलते हैं. ओके, सो renewable resources are also called as inexhaustible because they are not exhaust in nature. खत्म नहीं होते हैं वो nature में. So that's why we also call that renewable resources as inexhaustible resources, and we called non-renewable resources as exhaustible resources, because exhaust मतलब क्या होता है? Something which finish. Okay, जो खत्म हो जाता है, तो इसको हम एग्जॉस्टेबल बोलते हैं, कि एक बार यूज कर लिया, उसके बाद आप उसे यूज नहीं कर सकते हो. और अगर उसे यूज करना है, रिन्यू करना है, जैसे कोल है, you use once you use the coal, you can't use that same coal once again, right? But if you सोलर एनर्जी है, अगर आपने ले ली, आपको फिर से बनानी है, यू कैन मेक इट. सोलर एनर्जी बना सकते हो, बिकॉज इट इज एन इनडेफिनेट अमाउंट. एंड फॉर एग्जांपल, if there is an apple, you wanted to grow it back, you can grow it back, right? Examples of renewable resources are solar energy and wind energy, and examples of non-renewable resources are coal, petroleum, and natural gas. Just look at this picture. Renewable: solar energy, biomass energy, wind energy, geothermal energy, hydropower energy. We can use um, these types of renewable energy. You can say renewable energy. Why? Because these are in indefinite amount. Okay, these resources are present in our environment indefinitely. And non-renewable resources or energy, here we are talking about energy. So coal, once you use the coal, you can't use that coal once again, and it takes millions of years to make that coal once again. Fossil fuels like petrol, diesel, etc. Nuclear energy, you are using atoms to make that energy. Natural gas, natural gas, uh, once you use the natural gas, you can't use that same natural gas once again. So these are the examples of non-renewable energy. Now just look at this on the basis of on the basis of distribution. Natural resources are divided into two parts: ubiquitous resources and localized. Ubiquitous resources, those resources which are found everywhere on the earth. For example, land, water, air. These resources are found everywhere on the earth. So those types of resources are known as ubiquitous resources. And localized resources, those resources which are found only in certain places. For example, copper, iron ore. Copper, iron ore, you can't find those resources everywhere. You can find, or you can found those resources only in certain places. So those resources are known as localized resources. For example, कोल, अगर आप राजस्थान में कोल ढूंढोगे, कोल नहीं मिलेगा. कोल कहाँ मिलेगा? झारखंड, छत्तीसगढ़ में. बट छत्तीसगढ़, झारखंड में एयर भी है, वाटर भी है. हमारे राजस्थान में एयर भी है, वाटर भी है. ओके, सो दिस इज ऑल अबाउट टुडे क्लास. प्लीज गो थ्रू दिस चैप्टर, read this